craziest thing I did in the circus was ride an ostrich. I was an ostrich jockey. They dressed me up in a leprechaun suit and told me it was just like riding a horse. No. It's like trying to grip your thighs around a mound of Jell-O. It's like riding a 300-pound chicken. Somewhere in all of that excitement, I fell in love with the Italian elephant keeper. That was an accident, too. You think a puppy makes a guy look cute? Try 7 elephants. He's now my husband. All my girlfriends are jealous. He's handsome. He's sexy. But they don't care about that. They're jealous of his fresh-off-the-boat accent because it gives me the perfect excuse when I prefer to have no idea what he's talking about. What they're not... There might be 1 or 2 people in this audience that have heard that accent. And I can't be blamed for picking on Italian mothers. Have you seen what they've done to their sons? You know how over here, men are supposed to put the toilet seat back down? Over there, mothers lift them back up. All that coddling and serving did not prepare these men for going out into the real world. There's so many 40-year-old men living at home in Italy, they had to come up with a name for it. They call them mamoni. Everyone's heard of stay-at-home moms. Well, Italy's got stay-at-home sons. But marrying an Italian isn't all that bad. If you're lucky, one day he's going to take you to visit his country so you can pee in a porcelain hole in the floor. You see the public toilets over there? This may come as a surprise to men, but we can't aim. We cannot write our names in the snow. Trust me, I've tried. It doesn't work like that. Marriage. You know, some couples have difficulty working things out at first, but there is no lack of direction in our house. Every sentence started with, "Why can't you?" and ended with, "Like a mama does." No, my husband wasn't like that at all. He actually left home at a pretty early age, and in the 20 years we've been together, he has never asked me to live up to his mother. He wants me to be better than her. Truthfully now, my husband figured out pretty quickly that he was going to be sharing the housework. I think the to-do lists help, as did stacking the dirty dishes on his side of the bed. It didn't really sink in until I painted Italian racing stripes on the sides of the vacuum cleaner. Yeah, Italy's a wonderful place. I lived over there for a few years, and you know, their language is so easy to learn. All you have to do is take an English word, and you put a vowel on the end, and it becomes an Italian word. Animal, animali. Elephant, elefanti. It's easy, right? That's what I thought. One time, I was sitting at a table full of in-laws, and someone commented on my healthy way of eating. So I pointed to my salad and I explained that yes, I do like to eat my food more natural with fewer preservatives in it. Except that preservative means condoms. Oops. Vowels can be tricky, even decades into a second language. Just the other day, my husband called a business associate who had recently had foot surgery, and he wanted to check in on her, see how she was getting around, and neither she or her girlfriend answered the phone, so my husband left a message. It said, "So by the way, how are your crotches doing?" Yeah, Italy's a great place. The food is wonderful, with or without condoms in it. Art is everywhere. They got naked statues in every park, every piazza, the Vatican Museum. One time I was strolling the Pope's halls. I knelt down to tie my shoe next to this marble statue of a man holding a fruit bowl. Funny, his hands were behind his back. You can guess what was holding the fruit bowl up. Right there in the seat of Catholicism. We're talking about a country that elected a porn star to the Senate. Cicciolina. So, there's something else that I noticed when I was over in Italy. Italian men like to touch their penises a lot. In public, in private, it makes no difference. They're not sexual, but touching goes way beyond simple rearranging. It's as if their crotch is their comfort zone, and by confirming that everything is right down there, it confirms that everything is right with the rest of their world. There's other reasons for them to touch their crotches. Clutching Italian balls wards off evil. I think something got lost in translation for us Americans to end up knocking on wood. So I have never seen an Italian man drive past a graveyard without cupping the jewels. The complete gesture is lifting with one hand and jabbing the air with the pinky and forefinger of the other hand. Which of course means he's got to let go of the steering wheel. There are a lot of single car accidents in my graveyards. Italians have had this thing for their package throughout the ages. If you go to Pompeii, you'll see 2,000-year-old villas with decorative erections in their entryways. We thought we invented Viagra. If you've had your erection for more than 2,000 years, I thought they would have made great hat racks, but they're actually there to signify and welcome abundance. Sounds like a good thing, right? You got a modern Italian man doing a two-finger lift to ward off evil. Would make one think that the penis is good, right? Well, that same modern Italian man is just as likely to say "che cazzo," what the dick, when they're pissed off. "Grazie al cazzo," thanks to the dick, when they're disappointed. And when somebody does something stupid or offensive, it's called a cazzata, which confused me because wouldn't that mean that the penis is bad? Buttocks, on the other hand, are always good. When things go well, one has culo. And the larger the culo, the larger the luck. Ace the test? Che culo. Found a good parking spot? Che culone. In short, Italians just always hope to have very big asses. And by the way, if you're ever traveling over there and you're in a crowd and somebody pinches your bottom, don't be offended. Just think of it as Italy's version of rubbing Buddha's belly. So for my parting advice, I'd just like to say that even though cradling a cazzo might deflect evil, your time would be better spent developing the biggest culo you're willing to tote around. Because after all, size does matter.